Right here. That's a 140 narrow grip. So, y'all remember what is this stuff? What did I spill on my pants? I mean, my shorts. Hold on, y'all. Hey, y'all. All right, let me do this 4 times. Pretty straightforward. I came up here last night around 5. It was so packed. Never again. If I can help it. It's just too many people. And if you know, you know. Like, it's just too many people. And I think out there, they got a lot of equipment in gym too. And it's just enough where it's like things are spaced well, but when it gets busy, like, and stuff is like somebody's on every single machine, that's when it feels like really crowded. So I figured it's because there's a lot of pieces of equipment out there and they're kind of not really squished. I don't even want to say squished. I just want to say like they're spaced closely. So yeah, anyways, so I came up here yesterday. I left here around almost probably 8 p.m. And I was just like, well, I'm going to probably just be going to sleep soon. So I got tired around like 9:30, went to bed, and then I'm back up. I woke up, I was like, I don't know about y'all. Sometimes I fall asleep, I don't charge my phone. So like you roll over, you know how you roll over, you're just like, what time is it? Usually I roll over and I'm like, oh, okay, I got like another hour. I rolled over and I was like, not only was my phone dead, it was past the time the alarm's supposed to go off. But you know what I think is really cool about the iPhone is like, even when your phone's dead, you can still look at the time. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure y'all knew that. So I'm just like looking, I'm like, man. All right, so lat pull down, narrow, grip. This is a silver. This is this little silver. I don't even know what you want to call this. Neutral. Silver neutral. I'm saying neutral like grip because it's like this. Okay. This is at 140. I did that for about 8. Don't go to the gym between 4 and 5 because it's packed. People getting it. Yeah, of course. Which is understandable. It makes sense. Because even getting over here to come to the gym took like 25 minutes or more. It like, because it was just so much, it was just traffic. I'm not used to that. When I come over here, it's like, it's just, you know how it's like smooth sailing, you just go. No, not again, it's because I had something to do yesterday in the morning, but I was supposed to come midday, but it didn't work out, so I just can't. But yeah, did I have breakfast? Hey, happy Thursday. Yeah, I always have my cream of wheat. Right now I'm on the cream of wheat. They got the cream of wheat with the protein in it, already in it, and then I'll do fruit in it. Like I'll just have like frozen fruit, put that peanut butter and then salt. It's good enough. Again, sometimes you just gotta eat stuff. Like it's not gonna be like any gourmet, whatever. You know, I told y'all, I just be trying to get my protein. Like I said, I'll just go ahead and eat some tuna, get it in. So, oh, hey Rashida, traffic is more crazy during that time. Of course, yeah. Good morning. Oh, good morning. Okay, yeah. So that's the thing. So I'm not doing that anymore. If I can really help it. But it's a little bit more social, I will say. People kind of come up here. They come up here to socialize too. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a little experience for some people, especially during those hours. They kind of come up here with their friends. Like it's like a little group thing. People are like working out together type of thing. Versus like the morning is like a totally different vibe. You get what I mean? All right, let's go for 8 again. Whew. Oh man, I don't know. I can work on it. I feel my best when I'm doing like shoulder width part. Narrow grip. It's just all about grips and like hand grips and like the spacing grips, whatever. I want you to feel it and stuff. I mean, the shoulders are gonna be involved like a little bit, anyways. But I feel my shoulders a little bit more when it's narrow. That's probably expected, right? Versus when you're kind of like here, you're gonna put some more back into it. How long did you take it? I knew somebody was gonna ask me that. That's so crazy because, well, let me preface this. I was getting ready this morning. I was like, people are gonna keep asking me. People are gonna keep asking me how long it took to do. It's such a loaded question. Like this, like, if you ask somebody like, hey, what age, at what age did you start walking? Like, you know what I mean? It's actually kind of like one of those questions because, I mean, I'm not saying I don't remember. It's just such a dialed in question because there's so many different variables as to how that works. You know what I mean? So I never really feel like I can give a good answer. Like at all, because it's like a lot going on. I was losing fat in the beginning and doing weight training, right? And so as you're coming down in body fat, you're gonna show more muscle. Anyway, right? Did I grow muscle or did I just lose the fat? You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, and I think people don't really know that it doesn't work like that. It's not like, okay, at this point I just started seeing my muscle, like as though you just started from nothing and then like there's so many different things. So I was like, you know what? I'm not saying I was gonna stop answering that question, but you know how you try to answer something, but there's really no answer. That's how I look at it. So I'm not trying to like, you know, go to the gym real early in the morning or lunch break. I try to yeah. I mean that's obviously that's like key. That's key. You know. I come to the gym early for a multitude of reasons. Like my energy levels are higher. But what I did notice yesterday, which somebody kind of told me that, but I didn't really want to believe them for the longest, is like, they're like, I'm telling you, when you go later in the day, your body has more time to eat more carbs and stuff like that, you know, which you get more meals in. but I still felt as though, go in the morning, I do my little breakfast, so that's the readily available glucose in my bloodstream, and then you got whatever I ate last night. If you eat like a hearty meal, that stuff gets stored. It also gets stored for energy use too in the morning. So I feel as though that was fine. But again, the reason I say that is because the last time I did Bulgarians, I only could do the 45 on each side for one set. And then yesterday I did it for 4 sets. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like I felt like I had the energy to power through. I was powering through, the form was good. So, and that was the fact that I was here later in the day. I was like, maybe he was on to something, but I just felt like, why would I go later in the day just for that reason? Because I feel like I'm able to do what I need to do in the mornings for the most part. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, y'all. Probably a little bit more shoulders than I want to use. I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of think that's the narrow grip for me. I gotta work on that. It is heavy. Okay, like if I put it a different way, I just think, for example, like the body, like growing muscle and like recomping the body is not that simple. If you ask somebody, hey, with your business, when did you make your first dollar? That's like a set time. It's like it's not a negotiation between when that first dollar came in. But you can't really say that on when did your first muscle fiber come in? Like, you know what I mean? I know that sounds crazy, but like I don't even, I like to answer y'all's questions, but that one always, I don't even know how to put it in a way so you guys can understand that. But I also think the people in this very limited view, like as though one day you go to the gym and then you just start building muscle. Like, I don't know. How many pounds is that? 140. Can I work out with you? I mean, y'all be saying stuff like, sure, come on over. Okay, oh wait, really? Johnson, is it? Yeah, I don't smoke. Good morning. Love the energy, thanks. I appreciate it. Like somebody before was like, yeah, if I see you in Houston, we should go to lunch. And I'm like, how do you answer that? You guys are funny. No, I'm kind of messing with y'all. Like, I'm not really like being mean or anything. I'm just like really messing with y'all. Like, some stuff is like, okay. But yeah, nah, like let me like really lock in here, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it gets kind of, that heavy weight can get kind of crazy sometimes. Like yesterday I came and it was like a whole bunch of people I did not really recognize, but obviously I'm back in my element and it's like all these people I've seen before. Actually, it's interesting when people come in the morning and I don't know who they are. I'm like, who are you? I'm just kidding. But kind of low key. But it's like one of those things, like, it's not like no new friends. It's just kind of like, if I haven't seen them in a while, I gotta see them multiple times in here for me to be like, oh, hey, like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, because if they're just passing through, you're just like, oh, okay, like, we see people like regularly come like at a certain time. It's just more like, oh, okay, now you locked in. You really about to be coming at this time. So you like one of the morning crew people, if that makes sense. But yeah. All right, what y'all talking about? Please show me the butt. Everybody, why do y'all say that? Look, I'm not. Y'all probably think I'm in a bad mood. I'm not in a bad mood. It's just some comments. Like I gotta limit. I gotta limit what I talk about on here, or at least answer. But no, I let my muscles speak for themselves. That's all I'll say. I'm not trying to do any extra. Hey, Reg. Yeah. All right. Let me just give myself another little few seconds or so. Yeah, you know when you think you have a little bit extra time to go back to sleep. Usually I do. Usually I wake up, but see, I went to sleep late. Me and my son were up watching Squid Game last night. And it's funny, we're watching season 2. We got through season 1, and what we're doing now is we're literally watching it through the lens of picking up on fine details we didn't see before. There's some scenes that we don't even remember watching. We're like, wait, that happened? So it's all making sense. We do a lot of pausing when watching. I don't know about you guys, so it's like one episode that might take like an hour, takes like 2, because we'd be like, okay, so you remember when he was doing like this and he was doing like that, and then, you don't want to watch with me. So we were up doing that, and I'm just like, I gotta go to sleep. He wanted me to stay up like till I'm dead tired. You know, like you're dead tired, you can't even keep your eyes open. You're like, no, that's not. I don't think that's healthy. I think people should let your body naturally fall asleep. That's how I feel best. Like just lay in the bed and just let it fall asleep. No, like as of lately, especially that's why I don't want to watch shows right before bed. Because first of all, you want to keep watching, right? So you can try to keep your eyes open. So I say that that's what we're doing. So then when I woke up this morning, I was tired because I don't think I rested how I was supposed to. All right, let's go. Seven and a half. Let's go with 7 on that. I'm not even gonna count that last one. Like I was feeling all rare doubts on that. But I mean, I think that's what. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you're doing these movements, you're training all of this. Like it is a back move, but you still train. All of this works together. You know what I mean? It all works together. So, Okay. Hey, how old is he? He's 13. You know how people... Look, I'm gonna just keep it real. It's all good. I probably would do the same thing. He'll be asking you how old your kid is so they can figure out how old you are. Which, I'm not saying that you're doing. I feel like people do that. It's okay. Or they try to be like, okay, so... No, but I get but actually some people really be asking. But I feel like some people will be asking. And it's okay. I don't care one way or the other. Like I'm 36. So that's also that. But, people... Like my mom, she went to her colonoscopy. She told me this funny story the other day. She said the anesthesiologist was like really old. So instead of asking him how old he was, she asked him, when did you graduate med school? I thought that was kind of funny. Because it's like you don't really want to ask people certain things. So if you ask something else, yeah. Whatever. I'm going to keep it real. All right, y'all. So that's that on that. Feel good about it. For the most part. I was just gonna know Well, I'm pretty good about knowing when to move on. I used to do this thing where if I felt like the set wasn't good, I would like redo it. You know, which I think helps sometimes. Because sometimes it's like, okay, move on. You know, it wasn't that bad. You still got some work in, so it's just like you want to shut it down. Let's see. I think there's a way on here in which I'm not gonna do it. Well, maybe I'll do it. I think you can like block certain words or block certain things. But I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that at this time. But like I said yesterday, it without fail, people are like always like she talks more than she works out. And I'm like, no, you know. I think I've explained multiple times, but again, there's always going to be new people, right? There's always going to be new people who come in here and kind of don't really understand. Like I said, I feel like I be working out, you know what I mean? If you know, I mean, look, there's probably always going to be somebody who can outwork you and who can train harder than you in the gym. But I personally think that I go ahead and push to what I feel like are my limits without trying to injure myself, you know? So the intensity's there. And what I'm trying to get at is even if I'm talking, I'm still bringing the intensity to my workout to, you know, get done what I need to get done for that workout, if that makes sense. So, really stop talking right now. Stop talking. But yeah, it's all good. Hold on, somebody just commented. Why's the music down? Hey. Oh, it's slippery right there. So I think I'm gonna come back to this one. Shut. Look, now I'm second guessing if I should do this one or that Mega Max. Watch that one on Monday. We can come on over here. I've been here long enough to know you. No. Okay, Randall. Okay, I got you. No. See, when I said that, it came out of my mouth weird because I didn't necessarily want you to think that I was saying that about you, but it literally just brought to mind that people. Well, first of all, I mean, I talk about my son on here, whatever, but I don't make my life about. I told y'all, I don't make my life about. I got a kid and da da da. I don't really. How I navigate life is just truly like. You know, some people make being a mom their identity. They're like, I'm a mom. Like, I just don't do that. I don't even. Hold on. You know, and so, but I think people like, they're like, oh, okay, so you're this, you're that, and you're that, and you're this, and they try to, you know, so not you, but it's just, sometimes you gotta know what bag people are coming out of. So, no, I just have a different way. You know, it's like when people have kids, some people who have, it gives them like some type of purpose. It gives them some type of like, I'm a mom now. Like I'm a mom now. Like, you know, and I never got caught up in that. I'm just like, I mean, I'm an individual who has a child or has one child, and like I know one of my okay, let me stop. My son, his friend, you know how it shows you like recommended people that you should follow? Like her IG name is her son's name. Blank's mom is her IG name. Like, we kind of giggle about it because it's like out of all the names, you know what I mean? Out of all the names, you chose that. And I'm not saying you should not take being a parent seriously. That's not even what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, like, people really like be like, and they put it. I mean, when I'm thinking of like stuff to put in a bio, I'm not like, okay, I'm a mom, I'm a this. You know what I mean? People like they list off because it gives them some type of like title to like list. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a entrepreneur, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a, you know what I mean? And they just give all these little. I don't know. You don't get me. You guys already know I'm gonna go in on somebody. Okay. Okay, last time I was over here. David, you in here? He's like, you're both in the arms, aren't you? You know. Okay. So, ooh, he's slippery. You saw me? I'm almost slipping. Okay, what happened to the last live? Okay, okay, you didn't come back. My phone died. Actually, on my way over here yesterday, I left the house. My phone was like 38%. I was like, oh, it's over for me. It's over for me. Like, so that's why I brought my charger. So I was like, okay. Actually, what I was gonna do is come up here, go ahead and plug it in while I'm warming up, and then it was gonna get some charge. Okay, I got a little hack. On Amazon, so we need to get a new laptop charger for my son for his computer. So we went to Amazon and got like a real computer charger. But he ended up using another one, and I've been plugging my phone into, I don't know, y'all probably like, don't do that. I think the same thing, but I haven't seen anything bad happen. It charges so fast. It's like, I don't have it with me. You know, like a real computer real laptop charger. So I figured it was gonna charge fast. I knew it charges fast at home anyway, so I was gonna charge it. Anyways, I never did that. You know, like you have your eyes set to do something. But when I got up here, it was so busy that I was like, like I was just not thinking. I don't know. I know it sounds weird, but like when it's crowded, I can't. It's like brain overload. You know, like yesterday, I'm at the dumbbell rack, and everywhere you turn, it's like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. You just like, so your brain, like literally, like right now, I'm kind of more lax with it. I'm just like, okay, nobody's over here. I'm in my own little corner. I'm not in anybody's way. You know what I mean? Anyways, so you asked what happens to live. I charged my phone and I came back on maybe like 15 minutes later, but everybody left. So some people came back for the first time. They were like, oh, hey. And then like a couple people came back on. They were like, oh, you're back. So this is kind of slippery, y'all. Let's do another angle. Oh, hey. Hey, Teasy. It's Teasy. What's the detail is back. I just did arm day. Oh, your favorite? Yeah, what? Whatever. Hey. I know what you meant. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, Randall. Okay. Yeah. Look, I be long-winded with it. That's a new little habit. I told y'all, sometimes this is really slippery. I told y'all, sometimes I struggle with explaining my points. This might be too slippery. So I give like a whole bunch of examples. I think I got that from my dad because growing up, he would like give an example. He'd be like, I got another example for you. And then he would like stack all these examples on top of each other. And it was like, okay, I get it. Like, I get it. So some people do that. It's like, it's just another way of communicating. But you have to be more efficient sometimes with your words. I do respect people who can like say their point of view, use the right words, and you know, just everything to get their point across the first time. slipping. This is about to piss me off. It's moist. It's kind of moist out here. How am I feeling? I'm good. How are you? I'm fine. I'm well. You know how you get kind of lazy. You say things you're not supposed to say, like, I'm good. I'm good. When it's really, I'm fine or I'm well. That's the thing. But it's like when people say conversate. You're just like, I feel you. Here, I'm actually gonna. What do I want to do? Let me just wipe down the feet thing. That's what I'll do. Yeah, it's like stuff like conversate and it's like we get it. Actually, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's why people use the word conversate because it just makes more sense. Alright, I'm just getting a towel. It's either get a towel and wipe this down. See, here's what's happening. It's moist out here. I say moist. Other people say, oh, you mean humid? I'm like, yeah, but it's when I think moist is like when there's like wetness. Humid is like, to me, is like air, right? It's in the air. Moist is like wet, kind of like wet, and the equipment and stuff like that is like moist. You don't say the equipment is humid. You say like it's like a little bit of moisture. It's it's like. Anyways, you guys are like, get to the point. Well, I still have to say that, like, sometimes I'll say that to people, and they'll be like, oh yeah, you mean humid, right? You mean humid. Because it's humid outside, but it's moist on the equipment. Okay, so we're gonna go up. So the floor, what I'm saying is the floor is moist. So even when I step onto this gets wet again. So that's the only thing, is like when you work out in the gym too, it comes with that. Like it feels really good out here. It's just, you gotta wipe stuff down a little bit more. Let's go ahead and add. I'll add the 2 10s. And we'll go ahead and try to get to 8. Hold on, I'm gonna get with y'all. Okay, I nominate Slow Lane to pick the topic of the day. Do you feel there's a difference between communicating and communicating is like you can communicate through like body language, written, like verbal and stuff like that. That's like more of communication. Conversing is like more like conversation. We're having a back and forth dialogue about something. I mean, if you really want to get technical, like what I think those two mean, you can communicate from somebody across the room, like, hey, what's up, da, da, da. Or you can communicate that, hey, I'm not feeling you. Like, that's more like a communication. So, no, I'm not a stickler for word choice. I do think that there's just basic word choice that most people should be in alignment with. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Okay. See, I'm sliding off. See, I can't even step off right. I gotta like slide down the side. No, you guys think I'm exaggerating. Okay. Yeah, like nowadays we'd be like, yeah, I'm cool or I'm alright. Yeah. Like, yeah, yeah, totally. Like, I get it. Like, but yeah, I'm good. Like, you know how it's like lazy? It's like just lazy. I'm good, but we all know deep down inside that that's not proper. You know, I just think it's interesting how in English or any language, it's like you know what's right, but when you're kind of lazy with it, you can still communicate and get your point across. But it's not improper, right? You know what I mean? I'm trying to think. There's so many words on like Instagram that I be seeing. I be like, oh my gosh. It's almost like keeping up with all the little lingo terms is a language in itself. I'd rather just say it normal. No, I forgot which word it was. He'll be spelling words how they say them online, and it doesn't really make too much sense. Like instead of saying T-O-O, they'll spell it and say T-E-W. Just spell it right, because it's 3 letters, so just spell T-O-O. But see, they want to come off online like I got like a little flair to me. It's so crazy, right? Because when you say the word, it still comes out as 2. You guys probably think I'm crazy. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, it's really interesting out here. Gotta take care of business. But I'll see you. Okay, thanks for popping in. You're probably gone already. But I guess I'm gonna just leave that behind. Okay, hold on, let's see. I remember you on the live before the last one. You was like, tell me how it went. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hold on, Tabitha. What did you say up here? Did you say something? Catch me up. You did 3 sessions this week after your layoff. I felt weird, but my whole body hurts. Okay. Good. Okay. So, how you feel like that session went well? You see yourself kind of sticking to it? It's like overwhelming a little bit. All right, let's do this again. You may need to wipe it down before you think. Right. That's what I'm trying to do. Do you feel... Oh, hey, Bullets Garden Show. Do you feel... Okay. Humid, it's more of an air thing. Right. Okay, see, you guys get me. Wait. I'm not, imagining things. They bumping in the gym. Yeah. No. It's a vibe in the mornings, too. It's a vibe. Exactly. Nah, I'm saying I'll be in Houston soon. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant I'll be around. I'll be back around in the live. More like that. So, oh really? And you read my other comment. No, I feel you. You mean the other comment from the other day? Is that what you're talking about? At the end of the month. Okay. Okay. Look, you guys gotta forgive me. I be reading I'm probably not the best comment reader. I'm reading the comments, but at the same time, sometimes I'll step away for too long, and then I'll kind of forget what we were talking about, or I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't need to do it that way. If I'm gonna read the comments, I need to go back to where the last comment was that I read, because it's not gonna make sense. Sometimes I'll just come back and look at the last one the last few that popped up there. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this maybe about 2 more times, depending on how it feels. Okay, if you're gonna come to Houston, are you coming to Alpha Land or what? Have you been to Houston? Okay. See, I'm looking at this guy over here at the, look, I got a slide that, I'm telling you, if I were to step down like a regular step down, this foot would slide off. I'm not trying to exaggerate, okay? I gotta slide down like that. And if you look back here, the guy in red, you probably can't see him. He's over here wiping down. I'm telling you, it's crazy out here. Because it reminds me of when I talk to some people in here, and they'd be like, they'd be sweating. One guy was like, well, a couple guys, one guy said it. Oh, maybe he's wiping it down because he's done. Now he's leaving. Okay, but anyways, I get it. Because when you're sweating and you're doing back squats, you don't want that bar to slip down either. There's a lot of things that you have to be careful with about being slippery in here. You know what I mean? Like one time I think I was doing like a single leg like lunge or something, and it was again like a humid, moist in here day, and like my leg just slipped on the ground. You know, you gotta be careful. Hey Ricky, the people who used it before definitely didn't wipe. Yeah. Well, yeah, but like I said, it's so humid, like it's just the moisture is collecting on certain pieces of equipment. Randall, what'd you say? Let me delete stuff. It's so funny how like I don't know why they do that. YouTube live and stuff, like when you delete a comment, it says message retracted. Like it's like you may as well just delete it so nobody knows that. But then they just be like, no, there was a message here, and this person wrote a message and deleted it. So it's like you're still on blast. That's why sometimes I don't comment, because I you gotta make sure. That's the thing. If I comment, sometimes I'll comment like a little. I used to like comment little stuff, and I'll be like, man, whatever, let me take that back. But then you're still exposed. So you're just like, well, it's probably better to be message retracted than whatever you were gonna say. I'm just messing with you. Talk to black people. Yeah, you know, I look at it like a little bit of an inverse, if that makes sense. Sometimes I'll do the black bra and the pink shorts, right? But I mean, I just like the contrast. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like the contrast, because you got the black socks and then you got the pink in the shoes. So it's like it kind of still comes together. You know? All right, let's do this again. All right. Taking black goes great. Yeah. Especially like this paint, it's kind of like more like a poppin'. It's like poppin', like hot, like a hot neon, like a little neon kind of color or whatever. So I think it goes. Actually, I was trying. This is definitely not a crazy fit or anything. Like I don't say that, but I definitely been wanting to wear this combination for a few days. But you know how like, well, I don't know if you guys do this. Like if it's not clean, you want to wait until it's time to wash these colors. Like I have certain groupings of what I wash stuff in, and like the load wasn't. I don't have enough things to go in the load yet. Look, I got my own little methodology for stuff. But yeah, last night I was like, okay, I want to wear it, so let me just go ahead and wash it. It was only like a load of like. Here's why. Because it's such a neon color. It bleeds. You gotta wash it with the other like colors that kind of bleed like that. That's kind of like my logic. All right. Okay. I gotta slide on off of here. I'm telling y'all. Liking it a lot. I was watching someone bench P15 the other day, and his spotter almost dropped the bar on him. The vibe was off the rest of the video. Yeah. I don't even. I think you gotta know, you gotta have, if you're gonna have somebody spot you, it's gonna have to be somebody you know that actually, you know they can spot you. I don't even think you can ask anybody for a spot. People ask me for a spot. And I'm like, why would you want me to spot you? Like, I don't know how to spot. Just because I know how to work out doesn't mean I know how to spot you. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess it's not rocket science. Yeah, if it's about to fall, then pull it. But again, there's certain cues that you got to be in tune with whoever you're doing the thing with. I know that much. You know? But again, I personally do not want to be liable for any of that. So I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've walked over like somebody, like two people. I remember two guys, because I think they just think I just work out and I know, and I don't know. That's what I think it is. These are guys I've never met in my whole entire life. They can't, can you spot me? Can you spot me? And we're like, and then you don't, I mean, not really that you don't want to say no, but honestly, yeah, I need to just say no. I haven't had that happen in a while, but I just said yeah because I didn't want to say no, if that makes sense. Like, but truly, I'm like, no, like, but I had this other girl, she's like, can you spot me? Just, you know, first of all, she wanted me to help her get up with the shoulder press. You know, that's fine. I could do something like that. Or if you're like, need a little bit of assistance like that. I don't know. I hear you, but I was saying on the live yesterday that this is what I said, you're not going heavy enough unless you feel like you're about to die. I was joking, but there's some stuff, like I brought up, that bench, you could actually die. I mean, maybe not die, but like, get really messed up. So, that's tricky. You don't need to ask me about bench though, because I don't bench for real. So, I don't really have too much of an opinion, but that's one of those ones you could die. You could die on squats. People have died from squats, you know, from failing. But other stuff, it's like I said, it's the, what did I do yesterday? The RDO. You're not going to die. If you go down for the RDO and then you can't get back up, you just drop the weight on the ground. Like, you know what I mean? So, that's kind of like more my speed. I don't really do anything that has like a major spot thing. Alright, go ahead and slide off of here. Alright, let's clean up. What? What will? Actually, that's life and death right there. Yeah, that'll be extra awkward. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to do shoulders. It's a good feeling too when you can go in the gym and you really don't care. Like I really started to like not care, like not really what people think. But like when I was doing my Bulgarians yesterday, like I just didn't care what people like thought. I was making all types of faces and grunts and noises, and you just get to the point where like this is what I gotta do. Like you know what I mean? But actually, I think it kind of, if anything, you can really just blend in with other people who are actually putting in work, because they're over there making faces too. You know, they're over there not really struggling, but they're over there putting in work too. So that's one thing. All right, gotta go. We got some more towels. I kind of feel bad wiping the ground with these towels. That's kind of, it's kind of like, you know, like deep down inside you're like, should I be using these towels to wipe the ground? But I mean, I don't have any like floor towels, and they bleach these, right? So you're just like, I think I sit well with that, but part of me like, as dirty as that last rag was looking, look, I think about stuff like that. I think people just walk around, they probably don't even think about it because it doesn't occur to them. Like I said, I'm an analytical person. I think through stuff like that. Like I'm like, because when you bring it full circle, that's why I don't really be trying to put these towels on my face much, because you know, they're literally used over and over and over. They're just bleached. Oh, thank you. What, really? I don't know. I don't know if I want to take that as a compliment, though. I guess I should. I appreciate that. People say that. They say She-Hulk. But you know, Hulk is... Okay, you say it pretty... But Hulk is like... Let me figure this out. Okay, fine. Whatever. We'll go with that. Pretty Hulk. It still doesn't say right. It doesn't say right with me. It doesn't really say... It's like... You know when people like try to like say stuff like... Let me do my warm-up. Like I know it's a compliment, but it's like, it's not dialed enough. It's not dialed enough. Like when people say, oh, you look like an athlete. I know they're trying to give a compliment, but I don't want to look like an athlete, so you're just kind of like, thank you. You know, you're like, thank you. It's like that. Because I look at Hulk as like a big, angry, mean, bulk, big thing, like big, like thing. I'm not giving that. Maybe you guys think I am giving that, but where are all the weights? This thing, I can't throw all the weights off this machine. We're gonna dial that a little bit more. You know how like when like you kind of speak your mind and you feel like sometimes you gotta watch yourself, because people out here, like, you speak your mind, people will get sensitive and stuff. So I do think it's a responsibility. A lot of the responsibility is in the person who's saying the stuff, because they all say that you should always, if you're an effective communicator, you watch your tone. When you're saying stuff, you can say stuff and you can be real about it, but it's not always conveyed in a certain way unless you do like the right tone. Which I've always had beef with that. Because I'm like, but why can't you say what you want and let everybody else manage their feelings? That's how I feel about it. Like, I still feel that way. Like, but you can't change the world, right? You can't change the fact that you can be so right about something, and you can be saying something, and no matter how you say it, you're still right. Like, but people will literally crucify you and be like, "You're mean. You're a hater. You shouldn't say that. Right? You hurt my feelings. It was your tone. It was your attitude." You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes, yeah, I feel like I gotta watch what I say and how I say it. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys struggle with that. It's not really a struggle, but it's like, hey, would it sound like a compliment if someone says you look good, that you can be a fitness model? Honestly, I think, I don't have anything to say wrong about that. I think that's nice, fitness model. That's why I was like, okay, I don't want to be an influencer. Would I go into something like a fitness model type of thing if presented with that? Yeah, that would be cool. You say I'm strong. I totally get it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I always have to be like, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean? But I'm just telling you how I receive it. Like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm She-Hulk. I'm not like that. I will say that, like, because I hear all the time. People, that's like all they say. That they always say, you like She-Hulk. I haven't even seen Hulk, but I've seen pictures and imagery and memes, and I'm like, I don't want to look like that, but maybe I do. You know what I mean? So last time I worked up to like 70. Feeling exactly right, twin. Personally, I say be a good person, chill, and vibe, twin. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? But thanks to Bito. I appreciate you. Okay, so I told you you're supposed to pick the topic for the day. You didn't drop any topics yet. What else is going on? All right, where are we going? We're going up. We'll go up to 50. What you talking about? I got this dilemma. There's this guy in here, and I've been saying hi to him, and he's been saying hi to me. But then sometimes he looks different, so I don't know if it's two different guys. Isn't that crazy? Because I think he'd be putting a hood on, and then I'm like, are you the same guy? That's the thing, like when you're getting acquainted with somebody else, somebody has to see that person over and over, or you have to like see them, or maybe even have a conversation, because our brains have like facial recognition. What is it? Yeah, it's like an area of the brain that actually remembers faces. Did you guys? That's true, right? I'm pretty sure that's right, because I've heard it before. That's why we can usually be like, we've seen somebody before that's familiar, because you have that area in the brain. Actually, I don't think it is. I think I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him over there, and I'm like, it's two different guys. They look the same though. Like it's so crazy, right? Like my mind is playing tricks on me. So that was 50. Everything about her. Okay. I work hard to do too. Okay, so what's up? What, get to the point. What are you trying to get at? I mean, people be in here, it's like, what's your point? Like, what are you trying to get at? That's the thing. You know what I mean? How you want me to walk? You want me to be poking my butt out? You want me to, like, switch my hips back and forth? I mean, like, what should I be walking like? Meanwhile, let's go check. Let's click on this. I don't even know if I can see. Yeah, you should be glad I can't even see the picture. I can't even make it bigger, but I might get back to that. How do you walk like a dude? Like, walking is walking. Okay, so 60. This is 60. We'll leave it at that. I don't try to shut it down too much. I don't know if it interests you or not, but did you hear about what Lucy and Brad? No, tell me about that. Like, if you feel like it, if you can type it real quick, or maybe I need to go check on it. I haven't heard. They're friends, right? Like, cause I used to always wonder. I was like, how is Lucy on Vlad so much? Like, he be on there like every week. All right, let me get positive vibes. Yeah, let's try to keep it that way. Hey. All right, this is 70. I need to write this stuff down before I go too far, because I did 4 sets over there on the Mega Mass, but I gotta remember what I did. It was 2 plates and then 2 10s. This over here, like, remember I was like messing around with those dumbbells at 55. Yeah, I did 55 a couple times, but not for that many reps. But obviously, I'm over here doing 70, but I know it doesn't equate because this is already stable, so that takes that out, which means I think you can load it up more. But I'm still trying to figure out what it would equate to. Because if I grab the 70s over there, I don't believe I could do that. You know what I mean? But I've done it over here. These are like these little things you can't really figure out. All right, y'all. Tell me what that boozy thing is. That boozy thing is. Something about, how old is he? Is he like, he's in his 50s or what? I'm not saying you can't have a kid that late. Maybe because this is probably gonna come out weird, but I don't know why it's just hard for me to kind of wrap my head around. For me personally, I think that's why. I'll just speak for me. I can't even really see myself having a newborn right now. So let alone like at that age. So every single time I see him with his new child, I'm just really thrown off. So that's all I can say about Boosie right now. But all right. Let's go 8. I don't count the first one. We having kids wild. How is it? Yeah, I have one. He's 13. That's the thing. Me running around with a newborn no, it's just not happening. It's not I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, you don't have to be like, no, I'm not. No, it's truly like, babies are a lot. And I just think you have to have like a genuine desire to have like, I used to think, oh, okay, I'll just like have like 2-3 kids, 2.5, 2.5 kids, like they all say, right? I'm just like, no, you don't really know till you're going through stuff, just different phases, and just like, it's like you gotta really want it and be built for it. That's why I said I don't center. Some ladies, they be like, I want to be a mom. I want to be a mother. I'm a mother. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I don't take Mother's Day seriously. I don't. Cause for what? Like, you guys aren't gonna like this. Whatever. I gotta censor myself. Like, for what? You are supposed to show up every single day. It's like one day to make the mom feel special, but you should be making her feel special regardless, right? Like, that's how I think about stuff like that. Holidays. I mean, some of that stuff is just man-made stuff. It's just like, let's just get together one day and just everybody just. That's how I feel. But again, that's why we're all different. There's some people out here that genuinely are like, no, it's just a way for us to all connect. It's something that we can bring together as a culture that we all experience. And some people are really like sentimental like that, and they really get into that stuff. Me, I'm like, I could care less. I couldn't care. That's another one of those. People say I could care less, but it actually sounds better if you say I could care less. Saying I couldn't care less is actually, it just feels wrong. Boosie wanted a $5K pay increase, but Vlad denied it. Then Boosie spoke about their business online, and now there's a little back and forth between them. They say they're still cool though, and it's just a business thing. Yeah. Boosie, he's kind of immature. Like, he runs the internet for a lot of stuff. That's one thing I noticed about him. But don't get me wrong, I think generally he just might be like a young type of, they say young soul, young spirit. I just think he's aged. He's definitely whatever age he is, but he generally just acts like a younger person. And I do believe there is that. Some people naturally just don't. I know this sounds crazy. They don't go up with their age. They kind of just stay in this youthful, young-minded space. So for him to be doing that blasting stuff over, is it what, 5K a month or something? If you add that up, I don't know, because that's when people start to blackball you. It starts to be like, oh, you're gonna put our business out? What happens to all those people who run to the internet when they get? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's a little bit of leverage, but I just think genuinely, how is that gonna work out? Okay, let's go ahead and do it again. So no, I'm gonna go kind of like educate myself on that, because I'll be scrolling. I'll probably see it later today or something, and then I'll come back maybe talk about it tomorrow or something. That was like 6. I gotta take it off. I gotta take some off. Let's just do. I'm just gonna get like 4 more. Okay, that's 3 more. It's all good. Sometimes when I do that, I just have to drop the weight and then go get the rest of the reps. Well, that's why I try to not say kid at heart. That term is a little bit interesting. Not necessarily kid at heart. I feel like kid at heart is like maybe playful and just childish. Well, maybe he is childish. But more of just, like, I'm not saying I feel that way because I definitely think I've aged and that I've become wiser. There's some stuff I just wouldn't do that a younger person might do. But my mindset is like, no, I could wear what these young girls or younger girls are wearing. I could do the same stuff like that. Some people be like, okay, no, this is more of a more classy based whatever. You know what I mean? Some people will be like, okay, is this appropriate for a 35-year-old woman, 36-year-old woman to wear or do? I'm not thinking like that. I'm just like, no, it's cute. Period. So whatever. You get what I mean? That's why I maybe could relate that as you go up in age, it doesn't always go like the mind. But I think for him, his stuff is just genuinely like, he literally thinks like a young person. Because there's no way that somebody of his age possibly would think running to the internet is appropriate. You get what I mean? That's kind of like what you do in a childish, vindictive way, right? That's what I meant by that. And usually, these younger folks can get away with, oh, well, I couldn't control myself, I was angry. You let those people slide. You're just like, oh, you're young. You're just young. You're just young. But that's kind of what I was saying last time. When emotions are involved, and people feel like disrespected, or they feel like you try to do them, then I think that age stuff goes out the window. There's people all types of older folks that just be petty, Let me go ahead and I'm going to give it a little bit more of a rest so I can go ahead and do the 70 again. It's like if I take a longer rest, I think I'll be better. So let me catch up with y'all. Yeah, I think he just plays his role to stay relevant. Okay, possibly. Yeah. I don't know what's up with him. Sometimes it kind of bothers me about how he acts. Like, I'd be like, really, Boosie? And then he'd be talking. I mean, that's not a big deal, but he'd be talking and he'd be typing in all caps. It's just like, bro, why are you doing that? Same thing with like Cam Newton. It's just like, why are you typing like that? Like, why are you typing like that? Because this is what makes me unique. Right? I'm unique. It's that try hard stuff. That's the thing for me. It's just like, no, just say what you have to say. Like, da 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 da. Like, he's got his own little keyboard with his own little characters. That stuff's corny. People try to be unique. When you're unique, you're just unique. You know what I mean? But yeah, so let me take a little breather here. What y'all going on? What y'all are going on? about y'all? Y'all got some kids? Or how do y'all feel about kids? I mean, I genuinely think a lot of people just genuinely want to know what it's like to either give birth to someone, maybe not the process, but just genuinely be like, this is my DNA and it's in like a life form, and I get, I'm not gonna lie, that was a thing for me. I was like, I want to see what like a little person of me looks like, you know what I mean? Which I don't necessarily think that's a reason to bring a child into this world. I mean, I'm not saying that was my only reason, but I think because genuinely you never would know. If you never have kids, you would never know what your child or your seed, whatever it looks like, or what that's like, that experience. So I think that's a big one for people. And then obviously if you found your little soulmate, you're just like, okay, let's put it together and see what that looks like. Let's go ahead and maybe this child was created out of love. I mean, I guess that's how it's supposed to be, right? All right, I'm gonna give myself a few more seconds. But I genuinely think if people could really if I'm giving what I think people need to go ahead and make sure that they got what they need to support a child and give that child the best life. You know what I mean? I don't think people be doing that. They be like, I want a child, I want a family, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. But no, at the end of the day, why not try to give that child the best experience? I don't think y'all are hearing me by that. I know it sounds vague, but it's really like that. Let's go 8. Let's go 8. Nah, I can't force it. So we'll go 7.5. EJ, this must be the first time you're here. I have a son, he's 23, and I have no desire to have another. If I could have worked from home, I would have had a second child. I feel you. See, that takes maturity and wisdom to just know, the setup, how it needed to be, how it's gonna be right. You know what I mean? But at least it sounds like you would have, right? But you're not dying that you can't, or you're not. You know what I mean? I think that's how I feel. No, but generally, I do not desire to have any type of newborns. They're cute. Don't get me wrong, babies are cute, but it's a lot. That stuff is a lot. It's at this stage of my life, I just want to experience stuff. Well, I know that's vague. Just grown up stuff, just being an adult. I just feel that's a whole phase right there. You know what I mean? But some people do it. Don't get me wrong. Some people do it. I just know, for me, it's the motherhood phase. For example, in my old car, I had my subwoofers, and then when I had my baby, I took them out because it's you can't have a baby in the car with the subwoofers. Even if you turn the volume down low, it's you know what I mean? You get what I mean? It's stuff like that. I'm not saying that's a reason not to have, but you get what I mean? Things have to adapt. You have to adapt. And then I was like, okay, it's cool. I'll just get rid of them, whatever. But I mean, I want my subwoofers. I might actually hear some more. Now that I think about it, you see what I'm saying? That things kind of shift. Things have to shift. But people do that willingly. Don't get me wrong. People do that willingly, and that's fine. I know this one lady, she comes to the gym, she's a lawyer. She's I don't want kids. She doesn't have kids, she's my age. She's like, nah, like, and you can just tell she's kind of like, that's gonna cramp my style. And it's not a bad answer. Let's not judge people who don't want that. That's the thing. She's just like, nah, like I have no desire, like truly and honestly. And then, but people in her comments, she'll make like little funny reels about it. She'll be like, hey. She'll be like, yeah, I don't want kids. And people in her comments are like, yeah, but there must be a reason for that. Nobody wanted to give you a child. Nobody wanted to wife you. Like, people bully people for their choices, right? And she's like, okay, I'm not worried about y'all. Did I take the? Yeah, I'm down to 60 because I could barely make it to 8. I got like 7.5 after that liftoff. It's not like when you're having like young children, you know, you're listening to like all that Caillou and all them little Sesame Streets, and all them little kid shows all the time. Like, you know, it's like, I mean, it's a lifestyle. Like, you gotta go through. I mean, people value that, and that's fine. But you get what I mean? It's just like all that stuff. I was just so glad when my son kind of grew out of that stuff. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But you know, all them little baby shows, everything's just baby this, baby that. They're only babies for 3 years. EJ, weren't you just talking mess? Like, you trying to clean it up? I've been trying to give people a shot to like go ahead and, you know what I mean? But no, there's different phases because then when you get to 3, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying like, well, first of all, EJ, do you have children? Let's so we know who's working with what. But no, I mean every experience is different. 3, you know, there's a phase, but it's around like the 2s, and you know, 3 they kind of like come into their own. They be trying to do stuff. You know, they're more active, so they're gonna be running around doing stuff, and your head's gotta be on swivel at all times. I told y'all, there's some stories. Let me take these off. There's some stories. I'm not saying this happens to all kids. Don't get me wrong, but you got the kids wandering out to the pool. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like 3. It's like, oh, after 3 they cool. Like, no, it just comes with different types of, you know, experiences with that child. Then you get to like 5 and stuff, and they go into school, so then you got to keep track of the school and the teachers, and you know, and it's like it's a whole it's a whole thing. You know, and if you're doing daycares and stuff, it's just stuff. It's just all types of stuff. I ain't got kids yet, but give me a month or 2. Watch me become a whatever. Nothing. Yeah, in due time, if that's something you want to do and experience. I'm finding it so hard to move. Oh really? You're not you feeling, what's that like, Tobito? What's wrong? Hey, deep vlogs. It's so loud. Is it loud? Okay, that's fine. I mean, let's see, what I have next? I mean, I can go. I don't really want to go inside. Let me know. Is it too loud though? Cause I got the noise canceling on it. Let me know if it's too loud. I'll probably go inside. I can go inside. I can tell that my kid will have the biggest head on the internet. Are you serious? I have no kids yet. I think you just okay. I'm just trying to catch up with y'all saying. Hey, I gotta start somewhere. Okay, but do you have like a real special lady in your life? I also think a lot of people are irresponsible too. That's another reason why there's like a lot of people in the population. Well, don't act like people act like all these kids are made out of like happy homes. People just sometimes a lot of it I think is people just being irresponsible. The thing that kills me, which maybe it actually works out, it's so crazy. It's loud. It's loud. Okay, cool. It's all good. I don't mind. Look, I can accommodate. Because you're right, it does get loud in here. Or out here. And I was over there by the sun's rising, so it's kind of like getting bright and stuff. So that's fine. Let's just go inside. Okay, so let me tell you this one. People, they're dating, maybe like 2 years in, whatever. The girl gets pregnant. So like, oh yeah, this is so exciting. And then they go ahead and get engaged. So that they're engaged before the baby gets here. That, I don't know, just like, I hate that. It's like, that's not how that would have gone. Like, you already know. So it already comes off as not genuine. It really does. Because it's like clockwork. How you just get engaged? Because I don't know if it's the shame of it all or what, but it happens too often than not. That's another one that kills me. Oh, look at this. Whose head was on this bench? Really? Look at this. Luckily, I'm not about to sit there, so. Go ahead, if you didn't see that, I read it. Because I don't want to, well, that should be the theme of the day. No, yesterday I got to the gym. Remember I told you there was a butt print on one of the benches. I was like, yeah. I hate to say it, I wiped it. Look, I wiped it with a cloth. Because I had to sit down there. No, I could pinpoint for you guys, which I won't. Wait, what am I doing today? I'm doing these guys. Yeah, just a little warm up. Like last time, a girl came over here and she grabbed like the 115 dumbbell right there. I saw her hip thrusting it over here, and she just leaves it there. I wasn't close to going to say something, but I was like, I knew I wasn't gonna go say anything to her, but I was like, if I was really, really confident and like really bold about it, maybe confidence not the right word, I would have told her, go put that back. I know people in here who have told other people to go put their stuff back, and they into like little beefs and stuff. It's kind of funny. So you gotta watch who you with because it depends on the woman or girl. Yeah, that's the thing. Because I'm not saying people don't want to use protection. It's just all these factors. So a lot of people, you think everybody walking around this earth was made out of like these perfect circumstances, and they likely weren't. If you really dig down into their little story. But hey. People try to kick it like, oh no, that was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be like that. Whatever. So better, right? It's not too loud anymore, right? You're vibing today. You usually get off before I start my workout. Really? Lately, I've been going for a while. Kids before marriage. That's an interesting one. I honestly don't even know how I feel about that concept right now, because that's what the Bible tells you, right? But like I said, I'm going through my little journey, or my little self-discovery. I think just off of like an ethical and like moral view, I don't see it any other way. I don't see any of the Nick Cannons of this world being able to genuinely raise children that have like a very, what am I saying? What he's doing is not it. That's what I'm saying. Even though he tries to kick it like, oh, but I'll be going to spend time with the moms and the kids and stuff. But that's very confusing for the child. I mean, they're trying to normalize it. Like, Mom, Daddy just loves a lot of women. Daddy's got a lot of love to give. Right? But then when they go to school and they see that somebody's got a mom and a dad, or it's not this weird little thing like, so how many brothers and sisters do you have? Like, so when do you see your brothers and sisters? Like, this is too much for like kids to understand. So, right, from that perspective, hold on. Hold on. What am I saying? Nick got his own life on the side. He started young, so in the long run, it caught up to him. Something's gonna happen to him. I don't wish it on him. Something's gonna come up where either the kids are gonna come out when they get older and do like a documentary of how they're all screwed up in the head. I mean, I'm just joking, but like truly, like, he thinks it's cute. It's not cute. It's not cute, right? Like, he be laughing and giggling it off, like, and smiling at all those pictures. He be cheesing from ear to ear, like, bro, that's not cute. Neo, on the other hand, I don't think there's kids involved in what he's got going on. You know what I mean? Like new children, newborns and things. He just be having a whole bunch of girlfriends and stuff. So I kind of don't really have a bone to pick that. Like I said, well, we don't want to talk about kids. I'm just saying, I don't know why kids came up per se, but it's when you add them kids, the young minds. There's already so much to learn. There's already so much to learn as you're navigating like a child and trying to teach them things in this world, and you got to teach them some weird stuff like that, Let me do. Can y'all see me? Okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. He has so many kids, it's a joke. Hey, Ricky. Yeah, I'm trying, I'm just like, I just talk about what comes to mind. Or if y'all bring stuff up. Turn around, pick the weights up. What you talking about? Okay, and he thought it wouldn't. Okay, yeah. Not only that, he has lupus, which I'm not talking mad about lupus, which I don't even know how that works, hereditary and stuff like that. But you're doing all this. I guess he didn't expect himself to get sick, or maybe he was sick before that. So then you're sick, but you create all these homes, and then I don't. Who knows if you're gonna live a long life? You're gonna be sick. You know what I'm getting at. But the amount of jokes made about him is practically off. Yeah, Nick was in that movie. Love Don't Cost a Thing. Yeah, we see. It's just like I said, something's gonna come out. Something's gonna come out one day. Wait, what am I doing? Let's do this again. But I just don't think it's gonna work out. Like, hey, what's up? How are you? You good? Nice to see you. Okay. All right. And more on that topic is like, I think what happens is there's a crossroads between adults who want to live their life, and they only have one life to live. Like, so it's like YOLO. This is the life that I want to live, but I also want to experience children. I also want to, I don't know what Nick's thing is. I think from what I've seen, it's just like he believes that he can love multiple different women. Like, there's no bounds on that. Like, in a nutshell. Okay, fine. He can have that view. But the adults want to run around and kind of do their own views. You only live once. I only get one shot to live my life how I want to live it. But then you also want to include somebody else's life, a child's life who is also born into this world. They're going through their own experience. You got this weird experience going on, and they're trying to grow up and figure out who they are in the world. Right? So you got these over, just like, and I hate to say, look, we can talk about anything. Don't get offended. I'm talking about, like, if you live more of an alternative lifestyle, such as LGBTQ, right? You're like, I want to love who I love, whether it's guys, girls, whatever. But then I also want to bring a child into, like, a home that's got two moms, or a home that's got two dads. And so it's like competing things. One person wants what they want, the adult, and the child needs something. And people think they can, and maybe they can create a situation where they just talk to their child, they educate them on stuff. But I think kids kind of get messed up based on what their parents want to do. And it just kind of perpetuates. Let's see. Luke. Mariah Carey should have peaked his. Well, that's probably why they're not married still. That was an odd pairing to begin with. Kids plural, yeah. Yeah, I just, even though I'm sure he doesn't care if I have respect for him or whatever, but it's the type of people, it's like, I don't really have respect for him. He can have all the money in the world, but I'm like, Nick, what you doing that's not cute. It's just, All right, I'm gonna do this maybe like one more, let me do this like one more time. Just the front raises. Like, I enjoy these, Earlier in the week I did um, lateral raises. You know what's funny about this mirror? This mirror is like all the way across. You can see the rest of the gym. So sometimes I'm looking in the mirror. I can see people like looking at me in the mirror this way, and I'm looking in the mirror. So we're like looking at each other, and I'm like, don't look at me. No eye contact. That's the rule. Don't make eye contact with me in the gym. Every time I hear Nick Cannon, I think of the beef he had with. Okay, I'm not familiar with like the beef. Maybe I kind of like blanked out during that time. No, I mean you can pulling out the driveway. I know it's like a funny joke. Want to? It's not even about he can't. He thinks maybe I don't know if it's this, you know. A lot of. I think he thinks it's like a